Welcome back. You're watching Banama World. More than a year into the conflict, the devastation extends far beyond homes and hospitals. Education has become one of its greatest casualties, with schools and universities damaged or destroyed. Hundreds of thousands of children have had their learning disrupted, raising concerns of a lost generation. Today we speak with His Excellency Dr. Amjad Barham, the Minister of Education and Higher Education of the State of Palestine, about the realities on the ground and the resilience of the students and teachers, and what it will take to rebuild an education system that is central to Palestine's future. Your Excellency, thank you for joining us.
Thank you that you are giving me this chance to speak to our sisters and brothers in Malaysia.
Excellency, recent international assessments indicate that the vast majority of schools in Gaza have been damaged or destroyed, while hundreds and thousands of children remain out of formal education. So what is the current state of education across Palestine today, and how is the ministry keeping learning alive under these extraordinary circumstances?
When we are speaking about the education inside Palestine, we are speaking about big challenges that we are facing in the field of education, especially in Gaza and Jerusalem. When we are speaking about Gaza, in the last 3 years, the occupier, they have destroyed nearly 293 buildings of our government school out of 309 schools. And more than 700,000 students have been without schools, without joining their education, normal education inside Gaza. When we are speaking about the universities, even more than 80% of our buildings inside of the universities inside Gaza have been destroyed. More than 82,000 of students in the universities in Gaza universities, they are not able to join their universities in the last 3 years. When we are speaking even in Jerusalem now, it is very difficult for our teachers to reach their schools inside the old city in Jerusalem. The students always, they are facing big challenges through the checkpoints. It is not allowed to teach the textbooks of the Palestinian government inside Jerusalem. And when we are speaking about the West Bank, sometimes it is easy to reach Malaysia than to reach the school from the teachers because of the checkpoints, the closures of the cities and the villages. Some teachers, they spend more than 5-6 hours on the checkpoints to reach the schools in the morning. So we are facing a very big crisis in the field of education. Even in some villages, it is attacked by the settlers, and they are not able to reach their schools. The settlers, they burn and destroy many schools in the Jordan Valley, in the north of the West Bank, and they are preventing the schools to reach their classes. We are speaking about safe education for our children, and also in very near and close villages, which is not far away from us, a few kilometers. 3 students have been killed in the last week in the city of Deir Jrir and Al Mughayyir, which is nearby. So we are saying that the problems always happens and increase inside Palestine. And also we are speaking about taking the money and stealing the money of the Palestinian Authority. They are the Israeli government. They are not return back our taxes that they collected on the border, and we are not able to pay the salaries of our employees, especially the teachers. In the last 3 years, we are taking every 2 months, maybe, or every 40 days, half of the salaries, sometimes less than the half. And this is also a big challenge that the teachers, they are not able to reach their schools in the proper time.
Your Excellency, beyond the humanitarian crisis, many international organizations now warn that the risk of a lost generation of Palestinian children, you've just mentioned about Gaza as well as Jerusalem, but from your perspective, what are the most urgent challenges facing students, teachers and schools today, and where is the ministry focusing its immediate efforts?
We hope that we can return back the system of education to Gaza, the life of education inside our schools in Gaza. We are looking to see our kids returning back to schools inside Gaza. It is very important for us, not only for teaching and learning, but also it is a kind of a treatment for these kids who are not able to reach their schools because their schools have been destroyed in Gaza. Now we are working with the international community to have temporary schools inside Gaza and teaching centers inside Gaza that will help our students, to return back through these teaching centers or temporary schools. We are already working on e-learning from the West Bank to Gaza. Nearly, you can say, more than 3,000 teachers. They are working in this area in e-learning, helping the kids inside Gaza to go through their education. We held in the last 3 weeks Tawjih exam, the high secondary exam for our students inside Gaza. Also, this kind of support for their is for our students and giving them a hope for a good future in this bad situation inside Gaza. In the West Bank, we held already the high secondary exam. Tomorrow we will give the results for our students from Gaza and Jerusalem and the West Bank. And the Gazan students who are left Gaza in more than 46 countries, we want to return for them the hope. We want to say to them that Palestine is for the Palestinians, and in spite of all of these crimes that the occupier is doing in the field of education, in the field of the Palestinian education, we will go ahead. We will return back the system of education to all of the areas inside Palestine.
Your Excellency, you mentioned earlier the destruction and how it extends beyond classroom and universities, laboratories and research institutions. You mentioned 80% of buildings and universities have been destroyed, 293 school buildings, 309 schools, 700,000 students and 80,000 university students who are not able to go to universities as we speak. So that's extensive damage to Palestine's education infrastructure. Your Excellency, what would rebuilding realistically require in terms of funding, expertise and international partnerships?
First of all, now we will see that the students who are studying in the university, they join their classes through the tents that available there inside Gaza now. And our teachers and our professors, they are working hardly with our students. We open the e-learning for our students through Gaza universities and the West Bank universities who are working to support the students in the universities to let him finish his education. And nearly we are seeing more than 5,000 students who left through the last aggression and war on the Gazan students to Egypt and to different countries. Now we are supporting them to finish their degrees and to have a work to support their families inside Gaza. We are working with many teams from our staff, from our universities to return face-to-face learning in the lift buildings inside Gaza and in temporary places inside Gaza. We are also working with the international community. Many professors from different countries, they are joining e-learning to support the system of education inside Gaza. We have simulation labs, virtual labs for the students inside Gaza. So we are doing our best to return back the system of education in the hard situation here inside Palestine. Even so, in the West Bank, it is very difficult for the students to reach their university. It is not safe for our young students to join their lectures inside the campus of the universities because of the closures of the cities and because also the siege that is we are facing, the economic siege that we are facing inside the West Bank. Sometimes the parents of the students, they don't have even money to pay for the student transportation to reach the university. The situation here is very difficult, but I want to tell you the Palestinians will never lose the hope. They are working very hardly to join their universities, to work very hardly through e-learning also in the schools and in the universities, because we are believe in Palestine that in education we can build our organization for our future states. We are working hardly to liberate our country from this occupier by teaching and learning our students.
Now, Your Excellency, when we're talking about Malaysia's relationship with the Palestine, Malaysia has consistently expressed support for the Palestinian people, and we continue to advocate for humanitarian assistance and international cooperation. What message would you like to share with the people of Malaysia on how our governments, our universities, our educators and our development partners can contribute meaningfully to rebuilding Palestine's education system?
First of all, we are thanking you and thanking the Malaysian government, thanking our brothers and sisters, the citizens of Malaysia, for always their support for our students, for our kids, either by opening the universities for scholarships for our students from West Bank and Gaza and Jerusalem, or for direct supporting to the people inside Gaza by helping them and by helping the system of education to return back in the field of education in the area that is surrounded by the occupier, attacked by the settlers every day. We hope that this support will continue, and we need more support for our students and our kids inside Gaza and Jerusalem and West Bank. We believe that our brothers and sisters inside Malaysia will never stop their support for the Palestinian community inside Palestine.
Thank you so much. That was His Excellency Dr. Amjad Barham, the Minister of Education and Higher Education of the State of Palestine. That's all for now. For more updates, do visit us at bernama.com. This has been The World on Bernama TV. I'm Nadia Abdulatif, and thanks for watching.